Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let's try to quickly sculpt a face model. This is a very speed sculpting technique and a very rough method which I'm going to use it. So first thing is make sure that you are in symmetry and then pick the grab tool, and then I'm going to increase the brush size by pressing F on the keyboard and dragging it. So I press 3 and then just drag that and make sure that you got that symmetry working, and then I'm going to select the front part and drag it like that. I can use other methods also, and like grabbing those faces, but I just keep it this way, and I just move it up here because the occipital bone is very small, and it comes around the equals to the zygomatic arch. So that's something I'm trying to maintain here. I'm roughly thinking that I may get the eye here and then keeping that like that. So this is all about maintaining the proportions for the face. Once that is achieved, I'm going to choose the mask tool, and then I'm going to reduce the mask size, a brush size, and then mask it over like that. So it's a pretty soft brush I'm using. I'm pressing Ctrl I and then choose the grab tool, and then increase the brush size to grab those points there like that. So initially, if the tool is not really, if the result is not really satisfactory, it's okay, just keep doing. I'm going to press Ctrl R to remesh this. I can use a brush here called clay strips, okay, and then I can reduce the brush size and then start putting some clay at the throat just to define the throat, and then you have a nice jawline formation, okay, and then you also got that sternomastoid muscle formation. I'm trying to elevate just by adding the clay there. Okay, I'm holding shift and then grabbing the brush there to get that smooth. I can press Ctrl R. I'm using the grab brush and increasing the brush size, and then just scaling the size, and then trying to get the jawline which it should look like. Like that, and I'm going to choose this draw sharp button and then just roughly show you that, okay, this is the hairline, and this is the eye line, and this is the nose line. I'm just trying to make this into 3 equals, and this is where I'm going to place the nose. So keeping in that in mind, I'm just removing the clay here like that. So the nose is obviously slightly above. I'm using the smooth brush and then just soften it things. So I just remove the clay here. I'm going to choose the grab brush and then try to grab those volumes, and then just trying to push those points, pull those points there. I'm using the clay brush and then just removing the clay here. I'm reducing the size and then just adding the eyebrow line, and then also some volume has to be added here, which we see in the eye sockets. Okay, again I'm using the grab brush and then grab the points. I'm pressing, this looks more, when you make this bones too strong, it looks like a giant, so don't do that. So I'm just trying to remove the clay. So I'll just select one of the tools here, that is the smooth tool. Okay, and I'm going to reduce the smooth tool's intensity, it's too strong. So let me put it to 0.3. So I'll bring back my clay strips, and then when I remove the clay, this time the clay doesn't the smoothness doesn't work that hard. So I'm just trying to give that bone landmarks like zygomatic bone, and slightly you can just mark out the face volumes. For the expression and all, slight pulling and pushing off the eyebrow line can greatly help. I'm using the draw sharp button and reducing the brush size, and then just roughly giving that line. I press Ctrl R, and I'm going to choose this one to 0.015, so that adds a bit high frequency detail. So I'm just trying to get that bone, and you have the nostrils here again. I'm changing the size of the brush, and I'm grabbing those points. I'm using the draw sharp and then just trying to get that line around the, it starts above the nostril, okay, and that allowed me to sculpt those volumes here. I'm applying the smooth tool, just make things softer. I'm using the draw sharp and then just getting that line there. I'm holding Control just to get that opposite pull for the draw sharp, like that, and then I'm using the clay brush to add those clays. So I'm pressing Ctrl R to define those polygons and just making more deep. So I'm using the grab. So the model may look too odd here because you are in the orthographic view. I need to just look on the perspective only. So I'm going to press a G and then pick the grab and then slightly work on the overall proportions. Just changing the brush size is always important, which can sculpt for suitable shapes and forms there. So you need to keep changing the brush size there. So chin again, I'm just hold it very oddly, so it completely changes the look of the character. So I'm using the clay brush and just trying to get that shape. I'm pressing Ctrl R to rebuild it. So I'll switch to the object mode and then press Shift A and then create a sphere. Okay, you can add the subdivisions of this sphere, or you can, I'll just add a 32 by 32 subdivisions right now. I'm going to select that one and then scale it down. So I'm choosing the orthographic view and then I'm going to press R, X 90 degrees, which will scale it, rotate it so that the pole is going to face the side, and I'm going to grab it like that in the center. So I'm going to choose a modifier called mirror, and then I'm going to select the object, the body. So that gives mirror symmetry to this. And so once I place the sphere, I'm just trying to get the eye shape done correctly. So I go to the orthographic view and then check what's going on here. And then I'm going to select the draw sharp button under the brush, and then just nicely sculpt this correctly. So I'm using the grab brush just to get it correctly. So I'm using the draw sharp again, and then just remove that clay, and then just define the shape here for the eye. Okay, and then I'm going to draw the eyelid here, and on the both sides of the model like that. And then I'm going to add some details there like that. So this nostril came all the way outside, so I'm going to choose the clay and then just remove that clay which is here. So I'm using the grab tool and then just trying to make this nose volume a bit stand out. For the ball detail, and then you got that nose, the glabella, the prominence of the forehead. You can just keep doing that from different angles like that. So I'm holding control just to get that crease while I'm using the draw sharp brush, and also I'm going to define the gap here like that. I'm using the same draw sharp brush. So I'm using mask here and I'm just trying to paint so I'm just grabbing those points here, and from the back I'll just do that to give the angle. You can use using a sphere, but I'm using this method. Right now you're seeing in the orthographic view, so it may look quite weird. So I press Alt M and then press Ctrl R to rebuild those meshes. So I'm just trying to smooth things, so I may need a higher strength value. I'm using the clay and then smooth in combination. I can remove the clay here. So I'm smoothing this up like that, and then use a draw sharp brush just to get that cavity, or the model should go basically inside like that. So I'm using the clay and then just smoothing things, trying to get those shapes correctly. So I can use a draw sharp. And then I use the grab tool and then push it inside in comparison with this. Draw sharp again, reduce the brush size. I'm using the clay just to make it more inside, and then soften it up like that. So there is one more layer here. I'm going to soften this again using the smooth brush. I'll use less intensity of smooth while I'm in smoothing this, because it's completely killing the detail. I use a draw sharp. So I'm using the smooth brush again just to make this less thick. Then draw sharp. Just soft, and then move it there like that. Here you have the hole, which basically it goes deep, so I'm just trying to keep it subtle. Just double line and then use the clay, and then I'm using the grab tool. I'm holding shift to make it soft. So I'll keep it like that for time being, because when I'm smoothing up I'm losing the details, and I want it to be properly dynameshed and all. So I mean that the loops has to be done correctly. So I'm taking the draw sharp, and then in brush you have option here called stabilize stroke, and then when you use that you could get that line there. Okay, so I'm just applying softness. The polygon density is not really helping me to get that slight details on the model. The stroke length is too much, I'm putting it down. I'm using the grab just to make this ball more wide. So this is what we quickly have, and then maybe I'll just pull this a little bit out. Okay, I'll just do some job here. I'm using the draw strip and then defining this line. This line should go inside the nose like that. I'm using the grab and then just making the hole big so that the nostril becomes thin, like that. I'll use a scrape and then just polish this face.